Hi, so this is number 10 in our series of talks on boundaries. When self-respect feels lonely, the awkward middle of boundary growth. One of the least spoken truths about boundary work is that it can feel lonelier before it feels better, particularly if you've lived your life in a shame-based, boundaryless quadrant. Standing up for yourself doesn't initially feel empowering, it feels exposed. When you stop saying yes automatically, there are gaps where your old self would have rushed in. You don't send the apologetic text. You don't offer to host. You don't smooth things over after someone has behaved badly. Outwardly, these may look like small acts, but internally they can feel seismic. Many people describe this phase as feeling like a bad person, or selfish, or cold. In my experience, that's the voice of the adaptive child, the part of us that learnt that belonging depends on self-erasure, not being myself. To that part, self-respect feels like betrayal, and this is where many people give up. They try a boundary, they feel awful, and they conclude, this isn't me. I'm not that kind of person. They retreat to the old pattern, which is painful but familiar. I often encourage people to think of this as the awkward middle. At the beginning of boundary work, you're mainly gaining insight. You can name your quadrant, you can see the dance, you can understand what's happening. At the end of boundary work, though in truth it's never really finished, boundaries are more natural. They're less dramatic. You're in the middle. You understand what's going on. But in this period, during the learning about boundaries, it's clunky. You know too much to go back, and you're not yet fluent in a new way. Self-respect will feel lonely at first because you're withdrawing from a kind of pseudo-belonging. When your place in the system has been to overgive, overfunction, overplease, stepping back will leave a gap. Others may protest. Some relationships will recalibrate. Some relationships will fall away. There's grief work as much as boundary work. The task in this phase is to stay with yourself, to notice the pull to rush back in and soothe everyone else's discomfort, and instead put a metaphorical hand on your own heart and say, this feels awful, I'm not going to abandon myself at this time. Over time, something else appears in that space, relationships where you are valued for your full self, not for your compliance. So it's worth walking through this lonely, awkward middle phase to get there. My name's Juliet Grayson. I love feedback. https://bit.ly/Juliet Muses, MUSES. Thank you. Take care. Go well.